Capcom lied. Oh my god. Absolutely embarrassing performance for a game which looks worse than World. I love when they're over the top. So a random Redditor mentioned negative Steam reviews, so I had to check it out myself. A few days later, all these different reports came out about the negativity Wilds was getting on Steam, and it's worse than I thought. Last time I checked the Steam reviews was at Wilds release, and at the time it was mixed reviews, rightfully so, but we've gone way past that now. To no one's surprise, there's a big common theme in most negative reviews. Performance, 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 bad performance, bad performance. Game runs like unfiltered dog ass. Oh my god. I thought it was pretty agreed upon that Wilds has a performance issue, but apparently people defend it with things like this. Especially this guy. Get a better computer. Dude, I've seen this comment from this dude on like multiple. Get a better computer, Girati, and throw in piss. The dude just looks for reviews and says, get better computer. Insane. There he is! He's back! My grandma runs better than this game. Get a better computer. Here he is. There he is. He's back. I don't get it. If you see a ton of comments, Reddit posts, reviews, all talking about issues with performance and optimization, something's gotta click up there, right? To defend the performance issue, you either have to be lying. Y'all can keep molding while I already have with no crashes. Oh, this guy's Giga Chad. You're the coolest dude ever. Operating maliciously, so you're crying to cry. Oh. Ladies man with anime PFP. Okay. Or just don't have the mental capacity to see issues from someone else's perspective other than your own. It's a trait that seems to be a bit rare nowadays. Your IQ must be below 10 XD. What a clown. Don't complain about a game when your 1060 can't handle it. The works fine for me, so everyone else is stupid.
Stop it. Get some help.
Unless you're doing a little tomfoolery, it's honestly, it's fun sometimes to just say insane things for a little laugh. The previous statement might be a little harsh. This is just a video game after all. It's too late. People already bought the game. True. Don't say anything. Don't ever say anything. Common theme among reviews were people trying to invalidate certain reviews based on playtime, which is fair. If someone doesn't recommend the game and only has like 30 minutes in it, but the game itself has like 40, 50, 60 hours of content, their words are going to hold less weight than someone with 800 hours in a game, right? The problem is, a lot of people see it the other way. 170 hours, but all you can say the game looks pretty. Why did you even bother playing this long? Bro, if it was swapped and he only had like 10 hours played, you'd be like, you haven't played enough to give it a correct. Spewing shit about a game that you played so much is beyond me. Game's bad guy proceeds. Ah! Oh, God. 340 hours and not recommended. Now, if you ask these people, what's an acceptable amount of hours played to give a bad review? You'll get different answers or no answer at all. But I like to be fair. If someone has over 2,000 hours in a game but still gave it a bad review, you definitely have to consider the context of the review, but also consider that this game is capable of keeping your attention for over 2,000 hours. Unless it's Dota 2 or League of Legends. If someone has over 2,000 hours played on these games and tell you not to play it, listen to them. It's me. Listen to me. At the same time, you have people that will tell you, don't rush the story. Take your time to enjoy the game. You listen to that advice, take it slow, put in maybe over 100 hours, then it's suddenly, why did you play it for so long? Goomba fallacy, by the way. Either way, during my entire viewing, which you can view on my Patreon, if someone had over 50 or 100 hours played in Wilds, I respected the review much more. especially when the review comes from someone who may or may not have seen my recent video. Yet even stuff like offsets and clashes are rarely seen. Oh man. Talks about it being half-baked, brings up this, brings up that. You saw it. Honestly, I feel honored. Thank you, Slut T. Oh, I get it. I've also heard that a lot of reviews are coming from Chinese players, but I don't think it really matters one way or the other. Just about every negative review I ran into had legitimate concerns. Too hard. Too many Apex monsters use a new attack called Generate Crash Report that can't be dodged, can't be blocked, and ends hunt bypassing all cards. Ask for help, bro. This game is pretty easy in reality. You're just not used to it. You just have skill issue. Cry about it. Oh my god. You get it. I want to tackle some issues I've constantly run into while criticizing Wilds, and it does relate to the reviews being posted. People have commented on my videos telling me, if you don't like the game, don't play it. Wholly play a different game instead of Monster Hunter for hundreds of hours, maybe? Which honestly is great advice. I haven't played it. It's been almost a month since I picked it up, but I like to yap about the issues and see what people have to say. Simple as. Which brings me to the topic that this person brings up, mentioning that most of the reviews are from people with hundreds of hours, but they haven't played in the last 2 weeks.
You know what I'm saying? I just don't understand what's going on.
That's right. If you haven't played in the last 2 weeks, your opinion is invalid. If I ever felt so inclined to write a bad review, it would probably be now, just because it goes with the flow. Bandwagon Andy, imagine having your opinion forcibly changed that hard by public. You have 350 hours. It's okay to say you enjoy the game. Oh my god. It is hopping on the bandwagon, but I won't because I like to keep my Steam account silly. I'm not some amateur when it comes to how Monster Hunter functions. I wasn't going to give it a bad review when it first came out because Capcom has convinced me that it's normal to get a bare-bones Monster Hunter game at release, and it's actually a good thing to have to wait for the rest of the content to be drip-fed over countless months. Reel it in. That was a hot take. I enjoyed Wilds at the start, then I wanted more, so I waited for the updates, but as time has gone on, the updates haven't done anything to really shift how the endgame functions. For me anyways. So while I wouldn't have a problem writing a bad review at any time, whether it be at the start of Wilds or now, you have to try to understand the normal player, maybe even yourself. People like the path of less resistance. To criticize Wilds at the height of its popularity, you'd get a lot of hate. Something people just don't want to deal with. I've seen a lot of reviews, even recently, with 8 pages of insults and beyond. 229 oh my god! Over time, the tides have turned, and it's become more acceptable to pick apart the endgame or the skill system or maybe even the difficulty. With how the general attitude towards Wilds has shifted, people feel safer when it comes to criticizing Wilds, with more and more people joining in. So it's no wonder that, yeah, a lot of reviews have come from people who haven't played the game in 2 weeks. For people like this, you need to meet such a specific criteria to actually give a negative review. You have to at least played in the past 2 weeks. You need to have less than 100 hours. You need to have a NASA computer, and your first game can't be Wilds. The list of demands go on, and even if you did meet every demand, they just look for another fault. But we know why people do this, right? It's easier to just dismiss the accusers than try to argue against the validity of their statements. But enough with all the serious talk. Reading the reviews in the comments is really entertaining. I don't get why people sucks Capcom titties like that. I definitely recommend it if you've kept up with Monster Hunter Wilds. I'm not saying the negative reviews are all correct and anyone defending Wilds is wrong. One of the worst games I've ever bought in my life. Oh my god. It definitely goes both ways. Feel free to not use those mechanics if you want to more. So stupid. So dumb. Why don't you just close your eyes and play? It'll be harder. I'm sure it would. Stupid. You're also... That's what I... Okay. So, the last review I want to show is something I think sums up all the reviews, Wilds, everything together. The negative reviews are warranted, as the optimization is horrible, but not at the fault of Capcom. They were pressured by shareholders to release Wilds months earlier than they wanted to, because money. It's always about the money. Honestly, I don't have some earth-shattering conclusion to this video. Some people are leaving bad reviews just to dump on the game. Other people are leaving bad reviews because they want to see change. I want to see change. It's such a great game that just needs more. Easily some of the best combat in the entire series, when the monster isn't stuck on the ground. But tell me how you feel about the negative reviews. Is it overblown, or is this necessary to finally see something change? To the shareholders, Wilds was a huge success, and the push for an early release got them exactly what they wanted. Do negative reviews even matter to them? It's kind of blackpilling when you go through all the information. No one should want this for Wilds. It just feels pretty bad. I'm looking for Monster Hunter players who are interested in a voice interview. I'm interested in getting into some conversations from people who are still playing Wilds, or whether you love the game or dislike it. Feel free to drop me an email with your Discord name. Just a fun, light conversation about Wilds in general, thoughts on the series overall, and all that stuff. Thanks for watching. I'll be releasing the raw version of my dive into the reviews on my Patreon, and big thanks to my supporters. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you later. By the end of the story, my eyes were so tired of constant dark and gray caves for the last 3 major maps that it honestly feels deceptive to look at the Steam preview page. Yeah, true! Oh my god. You look at this and it's like, oh, wow. Cool. It's so bright. It's all the first map.